Hello. I just realized I have done like 3 whiskey review videos in a row, and that's just not right. That's not what we're supposed to be doing here. So I'm going to try to make up for it by reviewing some rums from Jamaica. But really like Jamaica by way of Amsterdam and Germany. Let me explain. So these are all from Rum Artesanal, which is an independent bottler that I've really come to appreciate. I'm buying a lot of stuff from them because in a lot of ways they remind me of Signatory over in Scotchland. They do offer these little boxy things. Also some wrapping paper, which I threw away because it was getting all kind of messy. But other than that, they're kind of lazy in the best possible way. But by that I mean there's no like excessive re-racking and finishing and stuff. They pretty much just seem to get the barrels and then, just bottle the dang things. There's no like fancy designs on the labels. The labels are very, workmanlike. And the upshot of that is these are very affordable for what they are. Now, I'm pretty sure they're sourcing all these from EA Shear in Amsterdam, or really like the main, which is the main rum, which is the aged rum side of Shear, but same company. And what do we got here? We have a Clarendon 2009. This is the only one with a stated mark on it. It is the EMB mark. We'll talk more about this in a second. I got a Worthy Park from 2007. And I've got a Long Pond, a very old Long Pond from 2000. This thing is like 22 years old. And it's not expensive. So hopes are not super high for affordable, 2 decades plus old rum from Jamaica, but I couldn't say no. And all of these, they don't say, but I'm assuming continental aging, and I'm assuming they're just getting them from the main back warehouses somewhere. And you know what? For the price they're asking, that's fine. All these 500 milliliters, by the way. All right, let's start with the Clarendon. All right, what are the stats on this? So it's EMB, the EMB mark, which is relatively high ester for Clarendon, but that is to say pretty low ester by Long Pond and Hampden standards. You're looking at 240 to 250 grams per hectoliter, at least when this came off the still. What else? So this is 2 casks combined, 258 and 259. And it was distilled in December 2009 and then bottled in April 2022. So this is 12 years old on the nose. I mean, hand this to me blind, I am not missing molasses-based pot still rum. It's just a classic of that stuff. It's got that signature. If they're using like the Jamaican tricks, the dunder and the muck and all that, it's very light. This is very. I mean, it's a cleaner style, but that's not to say that it's clean. But I mean, what I want to get at is this is not that far away from some of the pot still rums you'll get from Barbados, from Mount Gay, or elsewhere in the Caribbean. That kind of like cleaner style. It's very, very peppery, though. But we are on... It's vanilla, but it's like a cream soda. Cream soda. Coffee cake with a lot of cinnamon on it. Some fennel. Mixed olives. So, it's a rum. You're not going to miss rum. It is definitely throwing the fennel, aniseed, and olive kinds of notes. That kind of let you know. A little bit of like fresh mint, garden mint. full Virginia flake. One of my all-time favorite pipe tobaccos. Go look it up. It's a Virginia flake. It smells amazing. It's a pain in the ass to smoke because it's very temperamental. You have to get the moistness on that stuff just right. But if you can nail it, oh my God, full Virginia flake is good. And this has got slightly too moist. You might have to let this one dry out. But full Virginia flake. Lots of pepper, black licorice. Good old-fashioned southern desserts cart stuff. Start with sweet tea, absolutely. Pineapple cake, lane cake. Look up lane cake. It's a very nutty and bourbony cake that if the bourbon hasn't all been boiled out, you're going to get in trouble. And some floral hints too. A little bit of a rosewater thing, and it's not just rose. It's like rosewater, but also some other mixed flowers thrown in there. A little bit of brininess, a little sea salt. Definitely something nutty, like a hazelnut thing, like a coffee thing. What kind of coffee? We're in Central America somewhere. Costa Rica, maybe? Costa Rican coffee. I mean, it's very classic. We're leaning heavy on the peppery, slightly grungy side of the, cleaner pot distilled molasses rum kind of spectrum, but we're well within that spectrum. If you have really enjoyed some of the, pure pot still Mount Gaze and stuff out there, you may want to hunt this one down. On the palate. Oh, fun. I mean, same kind of story on the palate. Same kind of spectrum. Very just fabulous, classic, cleaner side of pot distilled molasses Caribbean rum. There is some interesting things going on. It's very kind of ashy on the back palate, but it's almost like a Lapsang Souchong kind of ashiness, which is interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think I like it. I want to add water before I make a decision, because I could see that getting out of balance pretty quick. But in terms of the main notes, once again, cream soda, black pepper, a lot of black pepper, Virginia flake, tobacco. That's kind of the leading stuff, plus some fennel, salted licorice, some black olives, more pineapple cake, baked pineapple upside down cake. Lane cake again, nutty bourbony cake from the south. Cinnamon, really just a spiced sweet tea is not really a thing, but if it was a thing, it would kind of taste a little bit like this. That floral note, flowers, a little bit of fresh peppermint. We're not talking about breath mints. There's a little bit of Altoid in this actually, but beyond the Altoid, there's a little bit of like a fresh peppermint herbal thing. Something nutty. Maybe that's just the lane cake. I think nutty lane cakey stuff. Coffee again. Maybe Honduras. Could be Costa Rica. Somewhere in there. And it does get kind of interestingly peppery and aromatic smoky on the back end, on the finish. Sort of flowery lapsang, for lack of a better word. And I'm going to add some water to this. I could see that kind of getting too big and throwing the whole thing off, but we shall see. One squirt. 2 squirts, 3 squirts, 4 squirts, 5. I mean, this is a big rum. What is this? 64.3%. Sorry. Are we going in reverse strength order? I think we are, actually. Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, we're going in reverse strength order. Is that enough? Is a 5 enough? So by the time we get to the long pond, my palate might be shot. But we'll find out together, I guess. I'll give it one more. And we shall move on to the Worthy Park. I'm sorry, the WP. What is this? Okay, so it's from WP Distillery, but no one is fooled. It has to be Worthy Park, right? There's nothing else this could possibly be. No indication of mark whatsoever, but it is cask number 193, distilled February 07, bottled April 22. So I think the same month as this last. Yeah, same month as the Clarendon. 59.1% alcohol by volume. Yeah, that's about all the information they give you, and that's okay. Again, these are not expensive. So what is this going to be, like 15 years old? Something like that? Grand old Worthy Park. Here we go. Oh. That'll wake you up. Holy crap. This is green. This is really green. Like, this is... I mean, hugely aromatic. You know, almost grass, but it's not. It's more herbal. It's more like you just had a field full of herbs and you just took an antique lawnmower and you mowed them all down. You threw them all into your face. All the mints, all the basils, all the sage, thyme, orange peel, bergamot too, though. What is that? Jesus. It's got a little bit of the herbaceousness I associate with apricot brandy, actually. A little bit of like an underripe green apricot thing. Pine sap. Yeah. On a rum. Also some tea notes on this, but it's more like green tea with a little bit of oolong in there. And it's more like the leaves. It's not the tea. This is like, you know, really aggressive leafy tea leaves. Some like exotic woods, like balsa. You know what this smells like? Honestly, it's like Jamaican rum by way of Port Moran. I mean, that's kind of the character of this. There's even like a little bit of a baked broccoli note. No, but I mean, it's still... God almighty. I mean, this can't be like a high ester Worthy Park. I don't know what this is. They're not telling me, but I'm not getting the sort of giveaways of high ester. I'm guessing this is low ester, and it's just super duper weird. But you're still getting fennel. You're still getting the Turkish Delight thing, which for me is just a dead giveaway for I'm smelling a Worthy Park right now. That's still in there. It's just everything else. The intense assault of herbs and like aromatic citrus peel stuff and green notes, teas. This is wild. I mean, Port Moran is the closest point of reference I can think of, but beyond that, I don't think I've nosed a rum like this before. At least not from Jamaica. So this is kind of cool on the palate. This is very good. I mean, the Clarendon is good. This is a very good rum right here. We're going to see what happens when we add water, but it's very good. The Worthy Park is beating it hands down right now. This, I wouldn't say it buries it, but this is not close. Oh, this is so fun. I mean, it really kind of a Janus-faced kind of rum because it arrives, again, very green. Like you're getting like pine sap, pine needles, evergreen stuff. All the mint and the basil, the sage, incense, thyme and rosemary, black licorice, bergamot peel, orange peel. That kind of like broccoli note, along with a little bit of like an asparagus thing. The tea leaves, the green and oolong tea leaves. Apricot. But then, like, all that's like up front. But then on the back end, it really develops this super intense, like, olive and sea salt and fennel and very, like, almost a briny, not briny though. What is that? I almost want to say like chicken broth, but it's more like, it's very savory on the back end. Miso soup. Let's go with the miso soup. There's like, yeah, so you've got all this weird green stuff up front. Closes on rummy stuff and miso soup. This is a very unusual Worthy Park. But it's also quite good. Oh. Black pepper, too. There's a little bit of vanilla thing, a little bit of like a soda. Birch beer. A little bit of birch beer happening. Super duper off profile for what I expect from Worthy Park anyways, but a very good rum on first contact. We will give this some water and we'll come back to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll take 5. I mean, this is, I keep forgetting to name the strength, sorry. This is 59.1% alcohol by volume. Is that enough? Stop it there. Give it a second to cook. And finally, the most expensive bottle here, but it's still not really very expensive, honestly. This is a Long Pond. No mark mentioned, but it is pot distilled. They don't say molasses, but so far as I know, Long Pond has never done cane juice, so it's got to be molasses. Barrel number 214, distilled June 2000, bottled March 2023, at a strength of 55.8% ABV. And that's all I know about this. But again, I bought it because it looked very, 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 very old, and it was not expensive. So, I mean, even if this is not the best thing here, it very well could be. I mean, it's still a decent price for something of this age. 22 years old. 55.8. Much more reserved on the nose than the previous two. Super... Okay, so my first thought, and this is going to sound funny, is like orange pineapple Faygo. It's, if you're in Europe and you're watching this, that's a soda. Much beloved by, certain music fans. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's orange pineapple soda. I would guess I don't have the numbers, but I would guess, just in the way this is behaving, that this might be the highest ester offering here. But it's also just, it's gotten weird because of, the sheer time this has spent in the cask. So you're getting a touch of the high ester Trelawney thing, which for me is rocks turning into flowers and flowers turning back into rocks again. It's that little dance of a note that I love. It's not a whole lot in here. We're not anywhere near TECC, DOK, but there's a whisper of that. Beyond that, green olives, fennel, white pepper, got some candy elements. There's a little bit of Smarties, candied ginger, something else though. Oh, what is that? Is it like a... You know what this smells like? It smells a little bit like a dessert Riesling, like an Auslese or something. No, dessert wine. It's not Sauterne. I'm gonna say like Auslese or Riesling, sweet Riesling, super sweet Riesling, like really late harvest. There's a little bit of tobacco in this too, like Virginia Burley, something like that. Like orange jelly marmalade, sorry. Apricot, a little bit of like a rubber, like a little bit of like an old tire kind of element. Vanilla, no, it's nutty vanilla, so more like lane cake maybe. So we're getting a little bit of that southern dessert card element in here again. Now it smells a little bit like champagne vinegar. Yeah, it's like old cigars that have been soaked in champagne vinegar. There's a little bit of that. And banana. Ripe banana. So everyone else gets banana all the time in rums. I usually don't. I will get banana peel. But usually not like the fruit, the fruitiness of banana. Here I'm getting like just bright banana. Some more flowers. I mean, it's a very pretty nose. It's throwing a lot out there. Does it have the power to beat the Worthy Park? I don't know. But let's find out. This is a thinker. I mean, so is the Worthy Park, if I'm honest. But I mean, it's very complex and it's quite delicate, honestly. So again, you're getting your pineapple orange thing, your Faygo, lane cake. Is that like an? I want to say old Auslese or Riesling, but I'm not sure if that's right on the palate. Maybe it's Tokai. Maybe I'm getting Tokai. There's a little bit of like a noble rot thing happening. Old dessert wine, in any case. There's a little bit of that. The rocks and flowers and rocks thing. Cigars. Natural leaf cigars. Coffee beans. Colombian coffee beans. Why not? I don't know. Well, we'll have to go back through these, but I don't know if this is beating the WTP, the Worthy Park. But it has a little bit more of a deliciousness factor. There's like a lemon lime thing happening. A little bit of sour, which makes it very like mouth, thirst quenching. It's very drinkable. But also like the champagne vinegar thing, that's back. But especially on the back end, you're still getting like those classic rummy notes: black pepper, black licorice, salted black licorice, olives, and honestly, just kind of a fresh cane note. Never a bad time to like just have some experience with freshly crushed cane and cane juice. But there's a little bit of that going on. Anyone who tells you that there's no terroir in molasses-based rums they're kidding themselves. Birch beer again. The oak on this is very reserved. There's a little bit of like a dried cherry thing, a little hint of vanilla. I like this a lot. I don't know if this is going to win on points, but yeah, I'm really a little bit delighted by this. This is yummy. Let's give it some water. I don't know how much I can get away with here. 2, 3, 4. I'll do like 4.5. I don't want to go any further than that. Yeah, and let's go back through these. So at the moment, I really like the Clarendon. It's coming in third at this point. These two, I think the WP is winning, but it's close. So we're going to find out. Back to Clarendon EMB. And now it's making a move. This is starting to smell like key lime pie. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what this smells like now. It smells like key lime pie with, front and center, but with the rest of the dessert table kind of coming up behind. And you've just, scattered some random flowers all over your dessert table. Yeah, I love it. I love it. All three of these are really good, actually. Honestly. Let's taste it. That would be Chicago Public Schools calling me about something. Fabulous. I mean, the thing is, Clarendon Distillery, also called Moni Musk, in the same way as New Yarmouth, frankly, it wasn't supposed to be a good distillery. Like, it is a big old booze factory pumping out millions of liters of alcohol for, big international blends. Your Captain Morgan's, not the U.S. version, but everywhere else in the world. Your Myers, stuff like that. It's providing, filler for those blends. But they can produce stuff like this. It's still, even if it's not one of the thoroughbreds of Jamaican distilleries, their stuff is so good. Something in the water down there, man. Maybe just anyone can start a good distillery in Jamaica. I don't know what's going on. So there's a little bit more dustiness to this now. There's more rocks coming out. There's more almost a gummy bear element to this, which I'm enjoying. A little bit more fruit. I was worried about the black pepper and the smokiness, the lapsang thing kind of becoming overblown on the palate. But if anything, it's actually calmed down and integrated better. This is a fabulous rum. It really is. I mean, if I were on first contact, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was, but I didn't think it was in the same ranks as these guys. And maybe I still, we're going to find out in a bit, I still don't think it's going to win the flight, but this is stepped up with the water. I'm going to give this, I had 86 plus before. I'm going to give this 87 on the understanding that, like, this is step up like a point from where it was. Just a really fabulous example of what this distillery can do on the cleaner side of Jamaica. Still bringing, a lot of pepper and a little grunge, but on the cleaner side. And, not expensive. Seek this one out. 87 points. On to the WP. I am very curious to see what water did to this. This nose will never get boring. It just will never get boring. It really just smells like all the herbs in the world just crushed into my face. But there's a little bit of cane syrup creeping through now. A little bit of steins, mixed in with the herbs to kind of lighten it up a little bit. I'm sorry, Clarendon. I mean, I adore the nose in the Clarendon. This is just something else. It's just a step up in quality. On the palate, this is like no other no other Worthy Park that I've had, but also like no other Jamaican rum that I've had. It is so green and so aromatic and spicy. I mean, it really is a Jamaican rum for Port Moran fans. If that's you, seek this out. Or and it doesn't have to be this bottle. Go I imagine there's sister casks to this. Go find the 2007 Worthy Parks. You will dig this. Not a ton of change from where it was without water. The mouth feel may have firmed up a little bit, but it didn't need a whole lot of help to begin with. I mean, this is fabulous stuff. It's very different. Do not go into this expecting, your textbook Jamaican. It's a totally its own beast. But I will give this 89 points. Very, very, very good. And let's move on to the Long Bond. All right, a few more minutes. We will knock this out. See what this did on the nose. Oh. Yeah, it's so delicate and so pretty, this nose on the Long Pond. It's just... Here's a good example of... We're not going to head into the 90s with this. I don't think. Maybe the palate will surprise me, but I don't think this is going to be like a 90 plus point rum. But what it is a beautiful example of how something can develop complex tertiary characteristics with a long time in the cask. I mean, yeah, you still got those primary esters. Some of the classic rummy notes, the olives and stuff, the fennel. Oh, but then you got the that kind of, I don't even know what that is. The Tokai old Auslöser Riesling notes. What has it done with water? If anything, it's kind of gotten more fruity. A little bit more fruity, but not a whole lot of change. But it's so pretty on the palate. So, headline, it's not going to beat the Worthy Park. I don't think it has the sheer power and complexity of this, but we're not that far away, and this is probably more delicious. Not every old spirit is better than young spirit. I mean, you've learned this at this point, right? But sometimes they're worth trying because old spirits will throw you notes and profiles and characteristics that you just can't get on younger stuff because it needs that time to mellow out and develop. Here's a perfect example. I love the old world, aged dessert wine character of this. Like it's like Tokai, soaked in, I don't know, old pineapple shells. There's a little bit of sour on this. It's very, very crushable. Which is kind of a common theme in a lot of older spirits, even when they're not, on points that amazing. Score-wise, we're not that far away. I mean, I'm going to call this an 88. We'll call this an 88. And, yeah, but that being said, I think both of these are all three of these are worth grabbing. They're all really good. But they're all kind of unusual for Jamaica. I mean, the Clarendon might be the most classical Jamaican rum of the bunch, even if it is not as grungy, not as estery and crazy as, your Hamptons and stuff. But still, and this is just a big old glorious green bomb for Port Moran fans. And this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. So yeah, that is the video. 87 points, really like an 86 plus 1 for the Clarendon EMB 2009. 88 points for the Long Pond 2000. But it's super yummy, and you should buy it even if the score isn't that high. And the WP Distillery, 89 points. But do be aware, this is weird. If you get a chance, try before you buy. This is kind of really my thing, but it may not be yours. So thanks for watching. That is the video, and cheers.